My soon-to-be ex-wife and I are both 26, and we have a 5-year-old son and 10-month-old girl together. I work as one of the managers at an IT company while she works as a receptionist at a hospital. She hasn't been working much due to pregnancy and maternity leave. I'm quite an outgoing person, whereas she is quite introverted and only really enjoys spending time with close family members, her family plus me and the children, and friends she's known since childhood. On Saturday, July 1st, 2023, an ex-employee from my place of work, age 23, came to my house thinking I would be around because he knows I don't work on Saturdays. He wanted to give me important documents that I had left at his house the previous day when we were discussing work-related matters. My wife opened the door and didn't know who he was, so he explained himself that he works for me, and then she allowed him inside and offered him coffee whilst he waits for me. I was at my parents' house 5 miles away. This is what happened next, according to this ex-employee, as best I can, remembering him saying over the phone 2 days ago, our conversation. Employee: do you know about me and your wife? Me: what do you mean, explain, employee? Remember that day last month when you weren't home and I came to drop off documents and sorry because I should have called you beforehand? Me: yes, so what? Employee: after your wife invited me in and offered to make coffee, we began to talk and quickly bonded over literature. She was very friendly, and I know what I'm about to tell you was very wrong of me to do. But we started kissing, and your son, who came into the living room at that moment, then asked who I was, and she told him not to worry, that he should just go watch TV. We then went upstairs and, slept together. Me: are you joking? Because if you're just trying to cause trouble, don't. Employee: no, it's not a lie. I just thought I would tell you because that little boy saw his mother with someone else, and years down the line, if you ever did find out, I wouldn't want you to think that I scared a little boy without caring. Remember that your wife is the married one, not me. I didn't force her. Me: I don't believe you at all. Employee: that is why I resigned the 7th of July, because I didn't know whether you knew or not, and would rather resign that I have an offense on my record. Me: I'll ask her, and if true, I'll deal with you appropriately. Employee: okay, but like I said, I didn't force her. Not did I do anything illegal. You won't hear from me again, sorry. I was livid with anger and hurt at the same time. This is an employee who only started working for me in May, and I'm certain she never even knew he existed up until that day. I asked her, who denied it at first, but then owned up to what happened after she realized the severity of the situation, including the employee quitting. She said she's very sorry and doesn't know what came over her. I then said, apparently our son saw you, and then she began crying. I said to her that I was going to stay with my parents for a few days whilst I decide what to do. My parents and even her family members too are very supportive of me and do not condone what she did. I've seen my son on FaceTime, and baby daughter too, and told them that I will be with them soon. I've decided that there is no coming back from this and will definitely get a divorce from my wife, but the only issue is custody and finances. I don't want to be like the many men who get a divorce due to the fault of their wives, only to lose the house and only see the kids on the weekends. How do I go about this to ensure I don't lose the house and that I see my kids as equally, if not more than her? I live in England, by the way. I'm deeply sorry for the distressing situation you're experiencing. To navigate your divorce and its impact on your children effectively, here's some focused advice tailored to your circumstances in England. Firstly, consult a family law attorney with expertise in English divorce proceedings and child custody matters. They can provide guidance on legal procedures and help you understand your rights during this challenging time. Next, prioritize your children's well-being throughout the process. Courts in England prioritize the best interests of the children, so demonstrate your commitment to being an involved and responsible parent. Keep records of your involvement in their lives and collaborate with your ex-spouse on a shared parenting plan that addresses custody, visitation schedules, and decision-making responsibilities. Lastly, be prepared for discussions on financial matters. Engage in mediation to reach a fair settlement on property division, spousal and child support, and other financial aspects. Stay composed, stay focused on the future, and maintain a safe and stable environment for your children. By adhering to these steps, you'll be better equipped to navigate the divorce process while safeguarding your children's well-being and your own future. Wow, some people are just despicable, and in this case that goes for both of them. He can play the he's not the married one all day, but he knew it was wrong, and could have been the bigger person. As for her, unreal. Don't take it personally, man. Lots of reasons for things like this to happen. Stay zen and focus on you and the kids. I like that he came forward and told me this, or else I never would have known. My soon-to-be ex is very quiet and would have taken it to the grave had I not been informed. Have your 5-year-old walk in and catch you cheating only to send him away, then go upstairs and screw the guy? Sorry, man, but that wasn't the first or only time she cheated. Way too nonchalant about her son catching her and to keep going? Expecting you home anytime? No, she's a serial cheater for sure. Don't have any advice regarding the divorce in England, but I agree with your choice for sure. Get out now, it only gets worse if you stay. Thanks, because that's what I plan on doing, a divorce. Some years from now when we're separated, our son will remember what happened and may develop trust issues. I'm even more sad that he unfortunately experienced something like that. Doubt that was her first rodeo. She went from 0 to 60 in no time without ever hitting the brakes once, then lied to you convincingly. Even your son walking in didn't check her behavior. STI and paternity tests ASAP. The 2 children are definitely mine. My son looks exactly like me, and I have no reason to doubt that my baby girl isn't mine too. They were both planned, although I could request tests just to be sure. I probably should go and get myself checked out for an STI, though. You're right. My wife and I have been together for almost 6 years now, dating for 4, married for almost 2. About a year ago, I discovered she cheated on me twice right before our wedding. Her affair lasted about a month. At the time of the affair, I was going through a very rough patch. Long story short, I've always done all I could to help and support my family, but when I needed it, they were nowhere to be found. This included wanting my family to be at my wedding with no nonsense. My wife and I had done long distance for 3 of the 4 years we were together at this point, and I was allowing myself to be overworked for my parents' business, and she was caught up in the freedom and independence college gave her. I've made many adjustments that really helped. I've gotten a fulfilling job away from my family. I set healthy boundaries with all of my loved ones, and I've really gotten to a comfortable point with myself. I'm still hurting. The affair has a lot of complicated things attached to it, but the worst was reading how she compared the 2 of us. I have become extremely insecure, low sexual passion, and there hasn't been a single day where I haven't thought about what happened. Does anyone know when the pain is going to go away? I tried therapy for a bit, but my therapist switched to a company that isn't covered by my insurance. I haven't gotten a new one since then. My wife has been extremely honestly and real about the situation. She took every step necessary to reconcile the marriage with me, and more. Any advice or encouragement would be wonderful. And of course, please don't say anything negative about my wife. What's done is done, and our decision to reconcile has been made. I just need to talk to someone who has been in the same boat as myself. I understand the difficulties you're facing, and I'm here to provide support as you navigate this complex situation. It's commendable that you and your wife are committed to working on your marriage despite the challenges. Here's some focused advice to consider. Firstly, continue fostering open and honest communication with your wife. Her commitment to honesty and your willingness to address the issues that led to the infidelity are positive steps towards healing. Explore the option of finding a new therapist who specializes in couples therapy, as this can provide a safe space to work through your feelings and rebuild trust. Secondly, prioritize self-care and healing. Understand that your emotions are valid and that healing takes time. Consider seeking therapy for yourself, even if it's not covered by insurance. A therapist can help you navigate your feelings of insecurity, low libido, and pain, and provide tools for managing these emotions constructively. Lastly, focus on rebuilding trust and forgiveness. This is a gradual process that requires patience and effort from both partners. Set clear boundaries and work together to address underlying issues in your relationship. Celebrate the progress you make, but also be willing to periodically reassess your journey to ensure that your emotional well-being and growth remain at the forefront. Remember, there's no fixed timeline for healing, and your journey is unique. Whether you choose to continue the path of reconciliation or decide on a different course, prioritize your emotional well-being and the growth of both yourself and your relationship. Listen here. I absolutely understand the situation and what it feels like to be hurt this way. Unfortunately, the truth is that this pain will never leave unless you leave her. Knowing she cheated and what she said, and knowing that you don't know all the true details of everything that happened. You're never going to get away from this. Meds, drugs will not help, and therapy will not save you from this. You have no logical reason to stay with her. You need to end the relationship and start the process of moving on and rebuilding your life and mental health. I'm truly sorry for you, but this is one of those things that don't get better with time or by talking it out. You have to end the relationship and start a new chapter in your life without her. And you can't cave in, you can't visit her or go to shops she goes to. You can't text or call or check her out on Facebook. You just need to end this traumatic relationship and move on. A new start without her is the only way to salvation for your own mental health. What this guy said, and it could take years to heal. It's better to start that journey as soon as possible. Life is hard, but it's much harder with years of baggage. I appreciate your very real and honest outlook on it. Divorce just isn't in the cards for me currently. I love my wife. I've loved her since I was barely 18, and I stood before God and everyone important to me in a church and said I'd love her till the day I passed away. I really can't feel right with divorce until I've exhausted every other option. Thank you for your advice, though, friend. You need to focus only on yourself and allow only reconciliation happens if you are okay with it. It's absolutely fine to divorce a cheating partner. No harm in that. But if you don't, take your own time to heal. All the work needs to be done by her. Stay amicable and make effort only if it comes naturally. And if she gets tired and uses excuses, know that it was all fake. Thank you. My wife has put forward a lot of effort in the reconciliation process, and she's really stepped up to the plate. We're at a place where she's willing to do anything I need her to, but I'm tired of asking. It's probably my own insecurities talking, but I don't want to bring it up constantly, you know? Hopefully getting back in the saddle with therapy will help. Worldwide comments of the day. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Second story. The OP's concern about possible betrayal and criticizing the family and the partner destroys the relationship. But also, I'm not on the side of the partner, because as the comments mentioned, she could have less contact with X, since for me too, I think it's an EA. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.